112 times the length of Liz Truss's premiership, and indeed twice as long as Boris's. It was so long ago, in fact, that David Cameron was Prime Minister. Remember him? No, me neither. Lady J and her chums heard testimony from 7,000 child victims of gang rape, sex slavery, torture, kidnapping and other forms of predation. As our friend Samantha Smith, a survivor of the depraved hellhole of Telford, puts it, quote, the report uncovered a culture of institutional indifference and hostility towards victims, where victims were frequently blamed and accused of lying when they sought help. Yasmine Mohammed is author of the book Unveiled, How Western Liberals Empower Radical Islam. And Yasmine, I think about the subtitle of your book a lot because, you know, you think these things, it's all the fault of these guys and their attitudes to women. But actually, how Western liberals empower radical Islam. You basically see the crude violent side of that in all these English towns.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is that's the way these men are going to behave because they believe that this is acceptable behavior. So of course it's their fault and of course they're criminals, but I am not going to fault a snake for acting like a snake. Do you know what I mean?
No?
I'm going to try and protect myself from that snake and try to keep that snake away from, you know, any vulnerable people. But if there are people that are actually protecting the snake and allowing the snake to do his thing and say, you know, this is diversity and inclusion, or ignoring what the snake is doing because we don't want to be seen as, you know, snakeophobic or whatever, they are the people that I'm going to be blaming. So that's therefore the subtitle of my book.
And we see it, we've seen it really since September the 12th, 2001, when weirdly every Western leader thought the priority after what had happened was to get himself to a mosque and declare that Islam is a religion of peace. Whatever one feels about Islam, there's a little bit more to it than that. But there's something, and you know, I can kind of understand that in the geopolitics, but I don't understand it when it comes to local councillors and social workers and policemen on the streets of Rotherham and Rochdale and Oxford and Aylesbury and all the rest.
I think everybody has been terrified by this word Islamophobia. Everybody, you know, so the way I describe it is, so you have the terrorists, you know, you have the violent acts, you have the stabbing of Salman Rushdie, you have the killing of the Charlie Hebdo journalists, you have the stabbings all over, you know, you had Manchester, the Ariana Grande concert. I mean, the examples are endless. So that kind of terrorism is successful, obviously. It makes people scared into silence. And along the same vein, people doing the exact same work are the ones that use the term Islamophobia, or they'll try racist, bigot, whatever it is. Both groups of people are trying to silence any criticism towards this religion, towards this ideology. And so what happens is you'll have regular people, police officers, journalists, politicians, everybody is now scared into silence, whether it's from Group A or Group B. It's enough for them to just accept all sorts of different atrocities and to, you know, turn their face and pretend they can't see it because they don't want to deal with the backlash of what could happen if they do speak out.
You know, there was a very cynical line going back almost 50 years